Travis Kelce and the Kansas City Chiefs traveled to Buffalo to prepare for the deciding game. The team landed in chilly New York just before 4 p.m. with Kelce, 34, posing against the chilly sky in a mustard yellow suit, striped shirt, beanie and sunglasses. Travis Kelce wore an airbag when getting off the plane. He placed his hands on his head and adjusted his collar as he walked out into the cold afternoon. And if he looked especially cold, it probably wasn't surprising because right before Kelce and the group boarded their flight in Kansas, Missouri, he learned that police had arrested a supposed suspect. Is a stalker trying to break into Taylor Swift's girlfriend's Manhattan apartment. The man the NYPD called David was arrested around 1 p.m. after being caught by police on the streets of Tribeca following an unsuccessful attempt to break into 34-year-old Swift's building. Arriving in Buffalo, surely wanting to shake off his usual worries and focus on Sunday's game, Kelce followed quarterback Patrick Mahomes, dapper in a chocolate-striped suit, pocket square and gray tie, arrived where 6 coaches were waiting to take them to the Buffalo hotel. Once there, a small group of Chiefs fans cheered their arrival while a group of Bills fans made their emotions perfectly clear with shouts of, "Go home." Swift is expected to be at Buffalo's Highmark Stadium tomorrow for tomorrow's AFC Divisional Playoff game where the Chiefs will meet the Bills, and for the first time, she is expected to will meet Travis' brother Jason and his family. Taylor Swift rules over the radio songs chart again this week with her smash single Cruel Summer. The singer-songwriter is already one of the most successful artists of all time on Billboard's ranking of the tracks that reach the largest audience across all radio stations in the US each week, but this frame is special. With another turn atop the tally, she matches another one of her contemporaries, a woman who has also proved her talent in crafting a radio behemoth. As of this frame, Swift ties Adele for the third most weeks spent at number 1 on the radio songs chart. The two women have both racked up 40 weeks atop the competitive list throughout their careers. Of course, the ways in which they reached that sum are very different. This week, Swift's current focus Cruel Summer is still going strong. The tune has now lived at number 1 on the radio songs chart for a dozen frames. That makes it far and away her longest-running leader. It recently became her first to rack up double-digit turns in first place on the list. Cruel Summer is one of Swift's 8 number 1 hits on the radio songs chart. Before this latest electro smash dominated, the singer's biggest win on the tally was Blank Space. That cut held court in first place for half a dozen turns. Adele may be tied with Swift with 40 weeks spent at number 1 on the radio songs chart, but she hit that figure with fewer rulers. The British powerhouse vocalist has only pushed 5 tracks to the peak position. But they usually live in first place longer than Swift's, on average. Easy on Me ranks as Adele's longest-running number 1 on the radio songs chart, with 15 weeks in charge. That tune also holds as one of the 10 longest ruling cuts in the rankings history as well. Her other massive win Hello controlled the tally for 11 frames. Both Rolling in the Deep and Set Fire to the Rain held on for half a dozen turns, Swift's lengthiest stay, until recently. Among all artists, Swift and Adele still have a way to go before they catch up to the all-time most successful musicians. Mariah Carey remains in a distant first place, with 91 weeks spent at number 1 on the radio songs chart. Rihanna comes in behind her, with 72 frames in charge of the tally. It's still unclear whether Travis Kelce will make it to this year's Super Bowl, but fans are already wondering whether Taylor Swift would brave jet lag to support her lover in the stands between her own international concerts. The anti-hero singer, 34, will be on the Asian leg of her historic Eras tour in Tokyo on February 10, with Super Bowl 58 kicking off the next day in Las Vegas. Thanks to the difference in time zones. Though, the Japanese capital is 17 hours ahead of Sin City. It's not out of the realm of possibility for the Grammy winner to sideline convenience and sleep to make sure the 2-time Super Bowl winner, also 34, sees Swift cheering in the stands, decked out in full Kansas City Chiefs regalia. After all, she'd have the better part of a week to recover before her next tour date. She's set to hit the stage again on February 16 in Melbourne, Australia, which is 19 hours ahead of Vegas. Swift said in her Time Person of the Year interview, published last month, that her physical and mental well-being comes second to showing up for her devoted fan base, who have often shelled out thousands to see her musical retrospective. "I know I'm going on that stage whether I'm sick, injured, heartbroken, uncomfortable, or stressed," she told Time. "That's part of my identity as a human being now. If someone buys a ticket to my show, I'm going to play it unless we have some sort of force majeure." Such an event took place in November, when a record-breaking heat wave in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil left one Swift fan dead. The superstar, shattered by the young woman's death, postponed a subsequent performance until it was cool enough for her team and concertgoers to enjoy the event safely. The Chiefs, who won the Super Bowl last year and in 2020, were among 6 teams to advance to this weekend's divisional round. The other teams still in contention for the most-watched sports event of the year, which will take place at Vegas Allegiant Stadium, include the Houston Texans, Green Bay Packers, Detroit Lions, Buffalo Bills and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Here at Vogue HQ, we frequently find ourselves divided on the subject of Taylor Swift's fashion sense. Some are obsessed, some love her music so much they find ways to excuse her fashion faux pas. And some are flat out opposed to her eclectic, all-American choices. Regardless of who is right, we're all talking about it. And why wouldn't we be, given that she's one of the most powerful figures in pop culture? Plus, her most recent outfit had even the naysayers on side spotted, the anti-hero singer gallivanting around a snowy New York City in a look that's more pared-back chic than her usual outfits. See the recent velvet mini dress and thigh-high boots. She wore a taupe-hooded cashmere dress by The Row, the brand beloved by minimalist-leaning stars such as Zoe Kravitz and Jennifer Lawrence, a navy-tailored Gant coat thrown over the top and a pair of black leather ankle boots. Also from The Row. She accessorized with a brown suede Manu Atelier handbag and gold miniature heart-shaped earrings by Foundry. While the pop sensation's swaddling outfit feels somewhat J-Law coded, certain details are quintessentially Taylor Swift. Take, for instance, the heart-shaped jewelry. Is Taylor stepping into her quiet luxury era? Only time will tell. For now, enjoy this moment of Manhattan cool girl elegance from Swift. Kristen Juszczyk, creator of custom puffer jackets, gained attention when Taylor Swift donned one at a Chiefs playoff game. The NFL, recognizing fan interest, is reportedly in talks with Juszczyk to turn her designs into official merchandise. While the league didn't disclose merchandise sales figures, it acknowledged growing fan interest, particularly from women. "We have known about Kristen and her work for some time now and had an ongoing dialogue with her," said an NFL spokesperson according to Sportico. "We're continuing to explore opportunities to work together." Juszczyk, a self-taught designer, isn't currently selling her creations commercially. To enter the market, she would need an NFL license. Facing strict criteria including 3 years of manufacturing experience, a $100,000 minimum royalty guarantee, and a $6 million liability policy. Despite challenges, her jackets, seen on Swift, Brittany Mahomes, and Taylor Lautner, gained substantial online attention, with Juszczyk amassing nearly 400,000 Instagram followers in a short period, surpassing NFL players. The jackets were also showcased at a Lions vs. Rams playoff game, contributing to the buzz around her designs.